Hey everyone, it's Silver. How are y'all doing? It is time for another podcast because you know what? I have been up to a lot of different things in the month of May. It was for my birthday month, so for my birthday, I did do a little bit of a streamy poo. Worked on a few things. I'll show you pictures of that later. Did a lot of gaming this month. Pretty much this month has been a lot of plotting and planning for the holidays, a lot of wonderful news. I have a new nephew. He's so cute. Love photos. Can't show y'all because that was the promise we made. But anyway, I'll call him Kay. Cannot wait to meet him in person. And let's see, my other niece and nephew are doing pretty well. 2 months in after losing Mario, we're doing a little bit better. The two of us are kind of, comparing notes as to, wait, what did I just think I saw or heard? Like, that kind of thing. Like, you expect him to be there, but not. I don't know. It's weird. Anyway, that all said, let's go ahead and let me show you what I have been up to this month. Let's move on to what I have finished. So this month, I have managed to finish quite a few washcloths. A total of 7 purple washcloths and 5 teal washcloths. All have been made. What you're seeing on the screen is the exact order that I have finished them. There are quite a few, and as you've noticed, I had to start switching up where I placed the bind off rows. So that little like tip thing that's at the end. Anyway, so I've had to start switching that around so I remember, okay, I have finished this one, this one, this one, this one in this order. And that way I remind myself, okay, yes. A little bit of background. I explained this a little bit in the Crafty Share, but if you didn't watch that one yet, just so you know, I actually will take up to like between 3 or 4 different pictures of projects when I finish them or when I'm putting them up as works in progress pictures. And sometimes I can't always tell the difference between them all. So I've started doing any little thing I can possibly think of to let me know, hey, this is the one for this particular one. This is the next project, yada, yada, yada down the line. So that's pretty good, right? And the other thing that I did finish this month is what I called a Kit Kat hat. It is essentially one of those pussycat hats that everyone was doing when, different modes of craftivism comes up. Basically, when you put it on your head, you look like you're wearing cat ears. I absolutely love it. I ended up using the rest of the red yarn from the other hats that I have been putting together. All right, let's move on to the next segment. All right, let's talk about what is on the go. The first project we're going to talk about is Local Conditions by Satsuma Street. That is a project that is meant to be worked on all year round, and it actually depends on what temperature it is every day. So I have been compiling all of the month of May into one short little video, so I hope you'll pardon me while I play that as usual in the video. And I'll see you at the end of that. Hey everyone, it's Silver. Holy cow. Seriously, like, how is it June already? But either way, let's go ahead and show you. I'm going to show you how May went. So as you can see, I had quite a bit of fun with the colors this month rather. Like I said, we had a lot, and I repeat, a lot of warm weather come in, and a few days that weren't so warm. So I liked seeing the different colors, and we opened up, I think, 2 or 3 new colors this month, which I really like so much. Okay, enough about that. I'm kind of dreaming about the next colors that are coming up. But anyway, let's move on to the next project. This month, I actually made quite a bit of progress on the what I'm calling the ghost faced cross stitch. It's no you hang up. It's by Pandora X cross stitch. I absolutely love the way that this came out. Like I said, I've told you this before, but I saw this picture and I'm like, oh my gosh, it's so cute, need to do this. So instead of the 8 colors that they called for, I ended up going and getting 2 different colors that were gradient red and a gradient yellow. I used those for the yellow and the red colors, and then for everything else, I stayed with 1 color, cream color for the face and the hands, and the other color, the black. Oh, 310. Yo, this month I had to end up getting another 16 pack of threads, because I think I'm going to need them based on all the projects that I've been working on behind the scenes. Well, that I will be working on. Anyway, I did make, sorry, quite a little bit of progress this month. I ended up getting through the entire first page of the project and then moved everything down to the second page. Oh, I absolutely love it. I am now finished with the phone and I'm working on the cord as we speak, and I'm just loving the way that it works. All these colors work together. The other thing was it's actually a new project since the last time we talked. It is the Beauty and the Beast Fall in Love painting by Thomas Kincaid. I absolutely love this. It's actually not really a paint. It's a painting that he did, but it is a latch hook project. It's going to take me quite a bit of time. That's just how latch hook works for me. But I did start this on my birthday stream on the 18th, and oh man, I made progress with 6 rows. But then anywhere from, was it 11 p.m. This past Friday night until about Sunday at about 6 p.m., I actually worked on that pretty much straight through, and I got this much progress done. I'm telling you, I absolutely love the way it's working out right now. The last project that I need to talk to you all about is something that was started and then immediately ripped. So I don't actually have a photo for this one, but I did start a Gemini top with the teal cotton that I mentioned before. Obviously, I have now gone ahead and ripped it all out, but I got about 10 pattern rotation, or a whole pattern rotation through, and I was just like, okay, Silver, are you going to wear this? Are you even going to finish the top? I looked over behind me and I'm like, well, in the pile of all the finishes, I have a Gemini top that I have never worn that's still sitting over there. So, nope. I went ahead and immediately ripped it out, and I'm sorry. Like I said, I forgot to take a picture. Either way. All right, let's go ahead and move on to the next segment. All right, all the books that I have been reading this month have been, I would say, not really fluff, but more romance. So they've been, going really fast. I could not even tell you. There was a book series that I took on that I absolutely loved, and then the rest of them were all kind of like one-offs. I'm reading another series right now. There's no title on it. It's just that whole series. I did not read much more of The Laughing Corpse by Laurel K. Hamilton. That is the 3rd book. Well, technically the 2nd book in the Anita Blake series. So hopefully I'll get back to that soon, but I've been kind of feeling a little like, I'll just listen. I'll read this, whatever. But so that this month has just kind of been up and down. But if you ever want to see exactly what I've been reading, I do tend to what I call logging my reading into Goodreads at least once a week. So you can go ahead and just see Okay, what has Silver been up for the week? I am Silverluna there. Like I said last month, I will link that down below. And if I don't, I'm sorry. If I didn't last month, I will this month, I promise. I wrote a note. Anyway, let's go ahead and move on to the next segment. All right, y'all. I have been doing a lot more actually watching TV and movies this month than I have in previous months. And actually, more reading, less reading than that, which is insane for me to say because you know how big a reader I am. But anyway, let's go ahead. I'm going to list off everything and then I have to explain something toward the end. All right, so in terms of movies I have watched Toy Story 1, 2, 3, and 4. Also watched Frozen 2, Frozen the Musical, also Encanto, Lion King 2 from 1998, also The Lion King live action from 2019. Also watched Cinderella from 1950, the original. Also Wreck-It Ralph and Ralph Breaks the Internet, which was actually a first-time watch for me. Watched the original Beauty and the Beast from 1991, as well as that little Christmas movie or whatever they had from 1997. Pleasant surprise that Tim Curry was in there. I was like, oh, what? Anyway, I don't remember watching it at all when I was younger, so I think that was a first time watch for me as well. And also, I watched Nightmare Before Christmas. Now, if you couldn't tell, yes, those are all Disney movies. That's pretty much all I've watched movie wise past month. If you don't know, I have been trying to watch through all of the Disney movies that have characters in the Dreamlight Valley game in the order that they appear via their updates or whatever when they first came into the valley. So I'm doing pretty good. I have the whole list of it on in Discord, actually tracking my DDV journey or whatever. So that way you can go ahead and see. I put little emotes next to them when I finish them. It's kind of cute. Anyway, as to the TV shows I have watched this month, I have watched quite a bit. Let's start off with Revenge. I actually finished up to season 3, episode 4. 911, I did finish up season 8 of episode 14. Episode 14 of season 8, whatever. And then Bones, I ended up watching up to season 4, episode 8. With Lucifer, I got to episode 14 of season 3. I did start 24 this time around and got to episode 16 of season 1. With Lost, I have gotten to season 2, episode 2. Also finished Once Upon a Time. That was from episode 22 of season 2, so getting there at the end there. Criminal Minds, I've caught up with the reactor that I watched. They're on season 5, episode 22. I did up to that episode. I also watched with another reactor season 14, episode 10. So I watched that as well as many other reactors that are doing Supernatural nowadays. This month I also started Downton Abbey. So I did get to season 2, episode 3. And then I also started Gilmore Girls. I'm on season 1, episode 4. So that is actually quite a bit of rewatches, you know. It's one of my favorite shows. Anyway, and the last thing that I didn't mention before is Outlander, y'all. I have finished watching every single episode. The series finale dropped like on the 13th of May. It took me a couple weeks to watch it. Now season 8, if you don't know, was obviously the last season. So they were trying to do all this like, oh, we need to like get you in a little bit of drama at the end of 7, which, you know, it's like, okay, cool, whatever, do you, boo, whatever. They put in a twist that was neither in the book nor would you have thought it would have been in the series at all. The fandom absolutely lost their SHIZZ. They lost their Shisa over this like new thing. And they were like, oh, we don't like it, da 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 da. And I'm like, okay, you know what? I'm gonna have to spend season 8 saying, okay, the faith of the thing, I'm just going to go ahead and ignore it, see if the season around it gets better, which I absolutely love the rest of the season. So heyo. As I kind of put in a review with one of the podcasters that I kind of watch, and I'm like, you know what? If we have to break down this season into 2 different things, the faith of it all and the rest of the season, okay. The faith of it all gets 0 out of 5 kilts, and the other one gets like 5+, like 10 if I could give them. You know what I mean? Like, I just, I had to say something because, the entire fandom was going nuts, and I'm like, ugh, I have to get in on that. Because, Silver does what's I'm gonna do what I'm gonna do, right? Anyway, that means I am actually at the end of the 20th rotation that I have written down on a piece of paper of all of the things that are on my picker wheel, y'all. Ugh. Which means now I get to add more shows to this picker wheel. Let me show you this wheel. Y'all, so you can possibly see I have added a lot of stuff to this picker wheel. I actually had to go ahead and stop this recording just for a few seconds to count how many I had on this list. I have 25 items on this list now. I'm going to have to read them off because there's so many of them. And there's a lot of good shows that I've had on my list of stuff to watch for years. So this means I have a way of watching my watch later videos, like a 10-pack of them every time. Also, for every time I rotate the wheel, it's 2 episodes of Revenge, also 911, Bones, Lucifer, Once Upon a Time, also American Horror Story starting in season 4. I've got to catch that up. Remind me. Also, you need to watch 2 movies from my Dreamlight Valley list, as well as 2 episodes of Lost. Got to catch up on Criminal Minds, because, the reactor keeps going live with those, as well as the reactor for Supernatural. Then I've got episodes of Downton Abbey, Gilmore Girls, House, which is a new show, Buffy and Angel. Once I finish Buffy, I'll go into Angel. Then there is Boy Meets World. Boy Meets World will go into Girl Meets World, because, And then The Boys, I've got, which is a new show to me. Also, Grimm is a relatively new show, but I watched a couple episodes, so I've got to watch it all the way through now. Then Vampire Diaries, again, a new show for me. There's a new version of Walker, Texas Ranger, with the guy from Supernatural, which I'm going to end up watching that too. Also want to watch some more Heroes, because of course I do. I'm going to try to watch Welcome to Derry. There's a new series that I've been wanting to watch for a while called Heated Revelry, as well as some Sherlock, which is an older show that I have been meaning to watch, as well as planning to watch either a full story or 4 episodes of like a classic Who story every time that comes up on the pattern rotation, and also The Nanny, because I love that show. And I realized as I was putting this list together, I have never watched every single episode. I watched little ones here and there, when it was in syndication, and I'm like, oh, I need to fix that. All right, anyway, I have gone over so many lists. I've rattled off so many things. Let's go ahead and move on to the next segment. All right, let's talk about the games that I have been up to since the last time we talked. I have actually been playing a lot of Bongo Cat, which is, pretty much something that you can keep on the screen and just type and do whatever. So when I've been doing a little bit of writing videos for my Ko-Fi members, I had that going. Oh my gosh, lots of clicks. I was also been in a lobby with Portia, actually, just seeing how many we can get into one, and hopefully, get her up to however achievements she needs. But anyway, that's a whole other story. I've been playing a lot of Merge's Kingdom, trying to get as far as I can in that game, because it's basically just you match everything up and hey, boom, there you go. That's essentially the game. You merge things together. I have not touched Diggies, but that's fine. The one game that I've actually been spending a lot, and I repeat, a lot of time playing this time around is actually Power Wash Simulator 2. I have gone from, I would say, about the quarter of the game mark to completely finishing the career mode. Basically, I bought this game for Tina. Hi, Tina. About 3 weeks ago now, right before my birthday, kind of as a, hey, it's my birthday, I'm gonna give out games, because I do that sometimes. And so I got her the game, and I bought it for her. Not even 2 weeks later, she was done with the game. I was like, oh, heck no, I need to catch up with you now. So I spent, I would say, a good week and a half just completely finishing the career mode. Oh my gosh, I absolutely love the story that came up with it. I love that they knew what kind of game they were, and they just kind of things like that. It's one of those games that you can sit there for hours playing. I think one night I ended up playing it from about 5:30 or 6 o'clock when we finished dinner. NTI went to bed at 10 o'clock. Guess who was still playing? I would say it was about 3:30 or so, and a.m. that, when I finished playing for the night. It was kind of funny, actually. But anyway, the closer and closer we got to the end, the more I was like, oh, MTI, sorry, you can't help me. There's a lot of story going on. The last couple levels, oh my gosh, they're amazing. I don't want to give anything away, but let's just say it becomes very bright. And the moon is all I'm going to say for that. Anyway, so besides that, I've also played a fair amount of Dreamlight Valley. I decided at one point I was going to spend a fair amount of time trying to finish up the little like side questy things that happen with every DLC and that happen in the game. Like, say for example, I think the one I spent a lot of time in is in the Rift of Time update. I have not finished that one yet. Obviously, I've had other things to do in game, but so I've spent a lot of time doing the Scrabble coin game, doing all the miscellaneous, like feed the pets, yada, yada, yada. I finished up the fishing one, which basically means I had to fish up 900 or so fish to sell them to Goofy. That took a long time and had me very frustrated. I've got a piece of furniture that I still need to make, so I've started doing the time bending tool and just kind of finishing up that quest as well. Oh my gosh, I'm still not done, but I had hoped before Wednesday's update that I will be completely like done with everything but the pets over there, but it's fine. I'll just keep plugging away at it between the updates. That's all I can do, right? Oh yeah, speaking of updates, update this Wednesday, the 3rd, as of this video, you probably will have seen, I went live. We are getting Hercules and Phil, and there are a bunch of other things coming in game. I know Raja is one of the things we might be getting. I think that might be a premium shop item. I'm not lying about that. And then there's a star path that happens. So hopefully by the time that this video comes out, I will have finished a majority of the star path and leveling up and quests and things. So hopefully I shall be able to show you a little bit more next month as to how that goes, if I remember. Other than those two games, I really have not done much of any gaming. It's been a lot of crafting this month, even though it's kind of light on projects, but that's fine. Yeah, so let's go ahead and I'm going to move on to the next segment. All right, y'all, let's go ahead and wrap this up because, I've been a little bit ranty, a little bit rambly today. You can tell the coffee has kicked in. Quick couple announcements. I'm going to have some unboxings coming out at some point. I've got some new big projects coming out for the end of the holiday season. I have to make 9, at least 9, wait, is it 9? No, 12 pairs of socks by the end of the year, so the yarn should be coming in for that one. I'll do an unboxing for that. I've also got a few things coming in for my advent calendars for the end of the year for Vlogmas. Those I'll actually share in an unboxing as well, but the most exciting part, I'm going to have an unboxing for a couple puzzles that are coming in. Those should be coming in tomorrow. So hopefully once I record those should be going live. I think they'll be going live around the same time this video does, if not before. So yeah, make sure you check those out. That's going to be a whole series on my channel. I'm excited about that. That might be a little bit delayed, that series, depending on how long it takes me to do the puzzles. Because the puzzles are not just normal puzzles. The thing that you see on the box ain't what you're putting together, so it's a mystery. So I'm going to be putting up little bit videos of that as well. So all the things, we've got so much stuff coming up. So what that means is if you can go ahead and subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so already, that way you'll be notified when those videos do come up. Also, if you can like and go ahead and comment on this video, any kind of emote that makes you happy. Because honestly, I'm not the boss of you. So, it'd be great if you put up, a rainbow of hearts like I do when I comment on people's videos. But, you do you. Like I said, next month we are going to have another podcast. I believe I'm going to record this a little bit I don't know. There's a lot going on in my world right now. Lots of unboxings, lots of video things, so many things, so many things. I have a whole list of stuff that I had to put down on paper as a brain dump to be able to remember it all. But hopefully next month you'll see I'm going to be starting the socks and a bunch of other things kind of going. It'll be fun. It'll be fun. I keep telling myself it'll be fun. Also, I'm doing streams as well. So if you would go ahead and just kind of check those out, I've actually scheduled all of June's streams. So if you see a bunch of videos that have not gone anywhere yet, that's why. Most of the time it'll be Tuesdays and Wednesdays, Tuesday mornings or afternoons rather at noon when I'll do some crafting. I hope you join me for that. And also on Wednesday nights at about 7 p.m. Eastern time, I'll be doing a little bit of what I call Power Wash Wednesday with some friends if they're up for it. So either that or it'll be another game. Oh my gosh, so rambly. Anyway, hope you guys are having a great day and a great week. I will see you next month. Bye, y'all.